4 years ago, the world was stunned to learn that Michael Jackson had died in Los Angeles. More than any other icon, he left a complicated legacy. But what did the music industry lose on that day 4 years ago? Our Hollywood reporter Christy Hahn looks back now at the impact of his death and speaks to music professionals about the void left in the music world.
The Los Angeles Times is reporting that Michael Jackson has died.
According to the LA Times, Michael Jackson has been pronounced dead.
NBC News has confirmed pop superstar Michael Jackson is dead at the age of 50.
It was the announcement heard around the globe. The world's most popular entertainer had died on June 25th, 2009.
The world was shocked to hear that Michael Jackson had died. Fans around the world still remember where they were when they heard about the pop star's death.
I was at home watching on the TV. I actually cried. I really don't cry, but that really touched my heart because that's somebody who's been with me since I was a kid.
I was actually listening to one of his albums, and then a friend told me on the phone that he just died, and I thought he was kidding at first, but then I heard it on the news, and it kind of tore me up.
Perhaps the best singer and dancer of his generation, Michael Jackson created his own iconography. The single shiny glove, the moonwalk, the signature red jacket, and the Neverland Ranch. The whole world of music lamented the loss of the king of pop.
Everybody's like, I want to be Michael Jackson.
He opened the minds of the world.
To one of the greatest artists the world has ever known, Michael Jackson. Long live the king.
As one of the few artists able to have an effect on millions of fans, Michael Jackson also affected the world of music in incalculable ways. The loss of Michael Jackson cannot be easily measured. We met up with Jojo Wright, a popular music radio personality in Los Angeles. He was so inspired by Michael Jackson that he has a tattoo of his Moonwalker logo on his arm. We asked Jojo about the loss the industry has suffered in the past 4 years.
The loss the music industry had and still has after Michael's death is, I guess he was that one guy that everybody tried to be, and not that anyone ever really succeeded becoming him, but he was the goal. And I guess in a way, the music industry hasn't lost that because he's still the goal in a lot of ways. One of the sad things is, I think, that more people appreciate him now after his death than they did before he passed away.
We also talked to Larry Klein, the longtime executive producer of the American Music Awards, who knew Michael offstage. To Larry, what he lost was not only a legendary performer, but also a good friend.
I really like spending time with Michael in person, almost more so than on stage. In person, we watched cartoons. He loved cartoons. We watched Fred Astaire movies, Gene Kelly movies. We talked about music and cars and all sorts of things. And he had a great sense of humor. I really enjoyed being around him an awful lot. And that's, I think, why we remained friends for so many years.
After working with generations of pop superstars, Larry Klein feels, even now, the loss of Michael Jackson is still not replaceable in the music industry.
My job, my living, is working with all these names that their music is heard all over the world, and their global names, and their huge hits, and their gigantic artists. But not everybody turns out to be a Michael Jackson. You can get people to have #1 records, you can get people to sell tickets all over the world, but there's not many that are like a Michael Jackson that just grabbed the world in his hands and they accepted him and he accepted them. It's hard to replace that.
It's hard to imagine a world without Michael Jackson, but as one fan put it, although Michael Jackson is dead, his music will live on forever. Christy Hahn, CCTV News, Hollywood.